Hey guys, so I wanted to show you this database that I built. It's for storing leads that you have just like scattered all over your drive or your computer. So like I know for myself personally, I have like OA Pro leads, I have OA Hunt leads, I have leads from the Q4 Christmas group, I have my own personal leads that I found, and I just have stuff scattered everywhere, and it's in like a bazillion different formats, and there's no way to put it all together because it all has different components to it, and it would just look like a mess, and it would take forever to get it all in one coherent pile to even begin to go through it. So what I did is I came up with a database where all you need to do is enter a very small amount of data, the Asin buycost store link, and then an optional notes area to be able to keep those notes with those leads. And then those leads are refreshed with Keepa to see if with that using that old source price data, if with that old price those leads would be profitable in today's market with the rank and buy box that Asin has today. And that's going to shorten up your sourcing, and you're going to be able to take a really large amount of leads that you just simply don't have the time to go through, and shorten that up to a smaller list of products that have a higher potential of profitability. And so you're going to be spending your time on products that have a lot higher probability, excuse me, of actually making you some good money. Because right now they're just sitting there doing nothing, so you might as well put them to work for you. So let me show you how this goes. I'm going to give you the shortcut version as much as possible. And bear with me because I don't make videos, so I get nervous. Okay, so we're going to fill all this information in with our old leads. We're just going to piece it all together. And this data is just made up. So I just pulled some Asins off of Keepa. I grabbed literally the Keepa extensions just to show you where you would put your source links. And I grabbed some product codes to fill in for my notes, and I made up some prices. So if you're new, don't go trying to copy this. There's nothing there for you. So your Asins are going to automatically populate into a list, and you're just going to copy all of those Asins. And you're going to come over to Keepa. You're going to hit up that product viewer. And we're going to paste those in. Okay, we're going to load up this list. And in configure columns, we're going to pick out our buy box, our new third-party price. Everything that's here in this Keepa tab in this exact order. Plus, we're also going to need our buy box price, new third-party FBA current price, and our new current price. I do have a video that goes into this more in depth, and when you download the database, then you get the link to that video as well. And you can also find that on my YouTube channel. That just goes into that a little bit farther because I don't want to make this video super long. So we're going to go through, and you just hit export. You download that file. I do already have that downloaded because my computer's ancient. We would be here for like 5 minutes. And so once we have this information downloaded, then we're just going to fill in as many of these buy box prices as we can. When we see one like this here, this is going to be a suppressed buy box. So there's no buy box price, but there is a third-party FBA price. So we're going to fill that in. You also don't have to. You can leave those blank. They're just going to show up blank on the back end, and you're not really going to be able to run that lead. Now where there is both of these, for this one here, both of them blank. Oh, let me find a better one here. one for you. I might have to make one up. Here we go. Okay. 101, the very last one. So our buy box price is blank. There's no buy box. There's no FBA sellers. This is where we have that new price. This is our merchant fulfilled sellers. So in this case, you can either decide to take this merchant fulfilled price, which may or may not include shipping prices, and throw that in there and use that to run your lead. Or you can simply leave the whole thing blank and either go through that manually or not, depending on how many leads you're working with. You know, if you're working with 10,000 of them, which is what this database holds, you may not want to do that. If you're working with, 200, you may just want to manually check those blank ones. So I'll leave that to your discretion. It'll work fine either way. Okay, so we're just going to leave that blank. But we will go through and, for example, these we're going to throw in, and you can type them in, or you can go through and just copy and paste them. When you very first open these sheets, you're going to have to hit that yellow button that says Enable Editing before you can make changes to these sheets. The other change that I make is right here, I squinch up this title column to make it smaller, and that's going to make it easier to copy all this information later on. I squish both of these and just minimize them. Okay, so now that we have that done, we're going to go ahead and this third party FBA and this new current, we're going to delete both of those because we don't need them anymore. That's all we needed them for. Okay, so we have our buy box on our FBA fees. We can copy those. And we're going to paste them right in to our Keepa tab. And then every time you paste something from a Keepa sheet, you get these first two rows. We're going to go through and delete those cells and then shift up. Okay, extra costs you can fill in. That's going to be like your prep center fees, or if you have a prepper at your home or warehouse, then you know how much your costs are for them. Boxes, whatever, you can put in those costs if you have them. If not, you can just leave it blank. If you leave it blank, it has to be zeros. Okay. We're going to go back over to here, and we're going to do our sales rank, retrieve live offers, and package weight. Copy those in. Come on back over here and paste that in. And same thing, we're going to delete cells and shift up. And then we have our shipping per pound. So if you know your inbound shipping prices, you can go ahead and enter those in here. I have it set for 50 cents a pound as a default. Like mine personally is 26 cents a pound. So I would enter 26 cents a pound, and I would just drag that down to all of my leads. Okay, if you don't want shipping factored in, you can just switch that to 0. That's completely up to you. Oops, excuse me. Okay, and then we have our title and URL. We don't need to copy in this Asin column, but it automatically downloads it when we do our Keepa exports. Let's try that one more time. For some reason we didn't get what we needed. Oh, it's because I copied the title, not the columns. There we go. Okay, delete cells and shift up. All right, so all of our stuff is filled in. Make sure our shipping per pound is all the way to the bottom, and our extra cost is all the way to the bottom. You're going to have to drag these down if they're not. They don't automatically fill in all the way to the bottom. This is just my second take of this because it didn't upload right the first time. So that's the only reason mine are hitting up perfectly. Okay, and we're going to go to review. Okay, now some of these leads have green lines on them, some of them don't. So the ones that turn green, that means they're 30% ROI or higher. And I don't want you to misunderstand. Now, this list is like full of just made up source prices and that sort of stuff. So we have a lot more green than you would usually get. I made this database up myself, and so I've been using it from the very beginning, and it started out really hokey, and it's gotten, I mean, this is fantastic compared to the mess it started as. But you're usually going to get about like 25% or less, so you're not don't expect to get this many green highlighted ASINs, and if you're getting way less, that's completely normal. That's why I made this to hold 10,000, is so that you're getting good results on the back end. The more you put in, the more you're going to get back that are good, and it just depends on your ASINs. But we're going to go through and we're going to copy some of these, and we're going to go to our buy sheet. Oh, see, like I said, I did this before, so we already have some copied in. So we're going to copy these in, and we're going to just copy them here into this buy sheet. And then from here, you're just going to manually go through and see if these are, worth buying. And because all this tells you is that they're over 30% or 30% ROI or higher, but you still, based on that old source price. But it doesn't tell you, has that source price changed? Are they even in stock? Has there been an IP complaint since the last time, since you originally found this lead? Was there just a momentary spike up on that graph, and it's not really a good buy? It's just somebody, jacked their price for a second to a price that it's never actually going to sell at. So you do need to look through them, but it's a much better list, a much more enjoyable list to look through than going through just this, than trying to look through this entire list and maybe finding something. So what I used to do is I would spend my morning and I would do this first, and then I would see what I ended up with, and I would start here and then just rabbit trail off of that and see what I came across. And I had some good luck with that. So I'm hoping that this helps you guys. I do have this up on Gumroad. I have it up as a, pay what you want with a suggested price of $4.99. Because I don't want anybody who needs it to not have access to it. If you need this for your business, I want you to go get it. I don't want anybody to get left out. But if you're able to contribute some money for me for my time, because it did take a good amount of time to get this built, then it is greatly appreciated and will definitely help me build some more cool stuff for you guys. So thank you very much, and have a good one.